Hey guys, Nick Biddle here coming at you with this week's Drip, and this week I'm bringing you another special edition. And if you're like me, we're right in the middle of this corona nightmare. I know a lot of places around the country, work has stopped, things have slowed down, people have bunkered down, they're taking precautions. Some places around the country are still working, and that's great. But the individuals, the bosses, the leaders, the owners I talked to this week did not know how much longer that's going to continue. And for your sake, I hope you get to stay working as long as it's safe. But what I want to talk to you about this week is how I think one of the worst things we can do is make a big decision in a moment of panic when we're stressed. I mean, making a big decision when we're stressed usually leads to no good. And so I want to encourage you to hit the pause button. Hit the pause button. I'm not saying you to stop something you had started. I'm not telling you to start something, but just hit the pause button and let's give this thing another week or two or three before we make that decision. As a leader, we primarily look at our responsibilities in regards to what we have to do with those we lead on the job each and every day. But I think one of the greatest opportunities that a leader has is to influence individuals off the job. And right now, you may have some individuals that aren't on a job right now. You may have some individuals that you were leading last week that you had to send home. And layoffs, man, that's one of the hardest things a leader has to do. And I'm sorry if you've had to do that. It's absolutely no fun, and it just weighs heavy on your heart, especially when you got to let good people go home. You know, right now we got a generation in our workforce that depend on two incomes. A lot of them depend on two incomes. A lot of them don't have a lot of money saved up. I know this because anytime I do a workshop and talk about money, everybody rolls their eyes and says, none of my business. I don't want to talk about money. We usually don't want to talk about money because we don't have any. And that means that right now we've got a lot of individuals in our companies and our locals that are hurting. If you could barely survive on your income, or if someone on your crew could barely survive on their income, or them and their spouse's income, and now both of them potentially have lost that income or a big portion of it, that's going to throw them into a moment of potential panic. And I think a great leader is going to find a way to be there and support that individual. I want to encourage you to reach out to those individuals that you may have had to lay off, that you know are struggling right now, that you know are scared. Many of those individuals could use some wise counsel. They could use some wisdom in their life. I always tell apprentices when I work with them, I want you to have more friends that have gray hair and no hair than friends that look like you. And the reason I want that is because somebody with no hair or gray hair, they've got resources. And I'm not talking about cash in the bank. I'm talking about the resource of knowing that there is a tomorrow. The resource of knowing that this too shall pass. I mean, some of you went through 9/11. Some of you went through 2008 crash in the economy when work slowed down. Some of you, I'm not going to point at you, but some of you, I'm pretty sure, went through the Great Depression. Because I've had some of you are getting old. Let's just be honest. But when we have that resource, I think it's important that we learn how to share it. So this week, my challenge to you is to reach out to those that you know in your company, on your team, maybe sitting at home. Reach out to them, see how they're doing. You don't even have to offer them any advice. Just see how they're doing. Let them know you're there. Let them know you care. Let them know that this too shall pass. We will get through this together. Encourage them not to make a big decision. We don't need anybody jumping out of the industry right now. We don't need anybody changing careers. We don't need anybody packing their bags and moving across the country. It's too soon. Make sure that those that you've led aren't making those big decisions. That's one of the best things you can do as a leader today. Guys, you have my cell phone number. If you don't, shoot me an email and I'll give it to you. But if you want to talk, if you got an idea, if you're just frustrated, you need somebody to vent to, man, give me a call. I'm here. I'm right here in Corn America. Feel free to reach out. Love to hear from you. Guys, be careful, and until next time, take care.